Just blowing up boats, don't mind me. That's a bit better, isn't it? And Kingston does fall and is loyal immediately. Teddy's Ursa. Get the walls up as quick as you can. Thank you so much. Halifax also falls. More names. Toronto is Jono. Halifax is civilized. How many cities left? 8 cities, including 23 population Ottawa. I feel like we've only taken cities that are, well, how do I put this? A little bit naff so far. We're going to grow them into wonderful things, put a couple of industrial zones down, but the big juicy targets are still here. Here we go. Pushing them back. Pushing them back. Where are the rest of your troops, Babylon? Where are the rest of your troops? Why aren't you throwing more troops at me? Yes, we've taken almost 1,000 military strength off them so far. And I think the liberation of Kabul, well, that's starting to look particularly tasty. Every time I see a great general coming into my ranks, I get a little happier. It has been ages since I've seen so many great generals coming along, and it's wonderful to see. It's really lovely to see. Not entirely sure where the city centers are here. Not that it's really too much of an issue. I can just land somewhere and find them. Winnipeg, okay. Doesn't look like a particularly large city, but hey, sometimes you just have to roll with what you got. The war front is going well, but I am just going to change things around a little bit. I don't need colonial officers anymore. Public works is good. Liberalism is okay, but I am going to put wars of religion in, and the reason for that, as well as total war, is that I couldn't help but see that Canada was using wars of religion on me, and if they can use it on me, I can use it right back at them. So there you go. Now we start to pillage, and that's refining. Please tell me I have a bunch of oil. Offshore, not important. That's under District 1. That's in a lake. That's in the sea. That's under District 2, and that's under a farm. Okay, so we've got 2 sources of oil already, and we'll get a third. I'll have a quick look and see if there's anything else really obvious that we can pick up. Sometimes it's just like if stuff is a tile out of your territory, you can pick it up. Sometimes it just requires a settle in the middle of nowhere, but that's also pretty easy to correct if you need it to. This place looks really good. I'm going to send a settler down there, I think. It's 2 sources of oil and hopefully not much defending it. All we need is an ironclad and we'll start to be able to pick up artillery. I've actually flooded the market with luxuries now. So many people have bought my luxuries, they're almost not worth anything anymore. Saving Yongle! Here we go. Our troops are going to come along and try and liberate Kabul, help Yongle survive. I'm a good ally, really. We have a golden age. Canada has gone into a dark age. Japan is only a normal. It's all looking lovely. I am going to make reform the coinage the next thing so that my trade routes don't get pillaged and we get a load more gold. I've got 17 of them. Being honest, having to renew them all the time because they keep getting pillaged is one of the more annoying things I'm having to do every turn. Now, Babylon has just sprung steel walls up, which is actually what I'm researching at the moment, so we can't be far off. 51 for Yongle, 47 for me, 46 for Babylon. Yeah, it's almost a dead heat. That is pretty impressive, seeing as, to be honest with you, I have not been focusing on science at all. I really need to. Let's move you forward a little bit and go attack. Oh, no double attack. That boat is being annoying, stopping me from being able to reinforce a few of my troops, and I've got a line infantry that is being killed quite quickly here. I can remove reinforcements around to an extent, but it's the sheer number of crossbows Canada's feeling here, which is a little bit frustrating. I tell you what will help will be an ironclad, which actually gives me the steel boost as well. Steel gives me artillery. Okay, we've been putting off flight for long enough now. We should really go and get that. And ideology helps as well. The walls of Winnipeg can now start to come down, especially because I actually have an ironclad in play now, and it's finally time to upgrade a few of my units to infantry. 75 strength, full of nothing but death and super death. Sheesh field, 20 population. What a Pingala city this has become. Soon to get a power plant, soon to build a research lab. Lots of fun stuff going along here. Yeah, that's right. Leave your boats out in the open. And here come the thunderous cannons, although one cannon is just going to take a break and steal flight. Of course it is. Like sometimes you got to. Sometimes that's all you can do in a day. Just go out, steal flight. Infantry attack number 1. Infantry attack number 2. Double attack from the sea. Winnipeg has been taken. Victor, get yourself over. This is a landing. Flying Dutch burbs. Okay, your purpose as a city is basically just to hold in here. All of my units are going to be coming through this area and we are going to be invading Canada in earnest. We're doing a lot of pillaging though. I have slowed down my advance ever so slightly deliberately here just to make sure that we are pillaging everything everything we can, because I think economically I'm getting more from pillaging now that I am taking cities. That is the speed. We're stealing about 500 to 600 science a turn at the moment. More aid requests keep finishing. None of them are for me, but I'm just checking on diplomatic victory. No one is close at the moment, but that would be probably the most annoying thing. If I took my eye off the ball on that one and suddenly somebody win diplomatically, I would be like, how dare you. And now we have artillery. 2 copies of it and an observation balloon. So these things have full range now. What I'm doing is I am waiting for any city with a military academy in it. Then I can use Ngazagamu, I can buy some more units, and I can make sure that all of my frontline units are armies. Something I haven't really been able to do so far. I haven't forgotten about it though. Don't worry. It's on my long list of things that I would like to do. Actually, I'm just going to use El Cid to make this artillery corps. Like it's 150 in strength now. I don't need to do too much more than that. That's wonderful. That genuinely makes me happy. Field cannons. We've got anti-tanks. I'm keeping Yongle safe. Babylon is throwing a lot of troops at Yongle, but we are not letting them through. What an ally I am. Speaking of allies, I'm also going to make sure that Kandy falls and we're going to liberate it because I want another city-state ally. Opis flips to me. Thank you, Babylon, for doing all this settling for me. It's very kind. Welcome, Ekaber. There is a Babylonian builder in the city. I don't know what you're going to do about that, but it's curious. Meanwhile, just to the north, Glorious Petra is building builder after builder and sending them down south. This is going to be a desert metropolis. Wonderful stuff. I'm looking forward to seeing this in full flight. And all of my cities at the moment, look at this, are on science. Campus, library, campus, research lab, library, campus, research lab, university. There's so much science going on. By the time we get to turn 200, I expect to be on about 1,500 science. That is the speed of which we are now pushing these cities out. And I don't know if that's going to be realistic or not, but I think it is. I think that's something we can do. First artillery strike goes bam. Then after that, the second one, bam. Oh, hello there. There's a bit of a drought going on at the moment, so we're just going to push through. But that is a beautiful captured city with 4 districts. Salty Tech, it's all yours. I reckon Ottawa would be a good next target with 23 population. What do you think? Ideology. Normally ideology means you're hitting a point in the game that is quite fun. I'm going to put 5-year plan into my government. I do like builders though. That'd be a bad one to lose. I can do without it for it. No, we're going to put it back in. I refuse to lose it. It's too good. We won't lose it for long though, because democracy time very soon. Look, all of my trade routes are to allies pretty much. It makes sense. It makes sense to just jump in on that particular advantage, I think. Actually, you know what? The city of Hamilton looks equally appealing. Gotta take my shot, you know? Bam. Well, actually, I think that's pretty easily. Okay, right, we took our shot. Opera and ballet boosted. Huzzah to that. Predicament, there you go. Radio, how much aluminium have I got? That is improvable in the city of Adam. That is fixable under a broken mine. And that is underneath my consulate. Amazing. Now, I'm hoping there'll be a lot more of it on the map, because if we can do a lot of bombers, then a lot of bombers obviously works really well. Yeah, already I can see a ton on my borders. You grab that. Oh yeah, Glorious Petra's got some as well. There's some that I can settle near. Okay, we're not going to be short of bombers on this game. We might as well rush for advanced flight. Somebody stole Kamasi from me. Let me just show you how bad that is. Oh, Yongle. So I'm on 333 culture per turn. If I grab it back, all of those trade routes going to city-state suddenly have a lot more culture. 469. So it's 50% bonus to culture, roughly. Just that one city-state. That's why I can't afford to lose it. That's why I love Kamasi so much. Quebec City. Let's just do some damage to that wall before it can put Renaissance walls up. Ottawa, I'm just blowing up with some regular units. I don't even have siege equipment. They're just outrageously powerful. We're going to join in on the religious emergency. I don't really care for it, but it's fun to be part of things. Yeah, I'm even on the same side as Babylon. And a big upgrade now. Suffrage. My trade routes to Yongle and to city-states that I'm allied to are now suddenly super powerful, and we can look to make my government incredibly happy. 5-year plan, liberalism, public works, total war, colonial taxes. Those all need to stay in. But now I have the opportunity to put in better, more improved cards like New Deal, which is going to give me 32 extra amenities. 16 cities benefit from that, just to kind of give you an indication of what that's like. Vissel Banker makes my trade routes go from 0 food and production to 6 food and production once you put the democracy bonuses in. And I think in order to make really good use of all of my benefits, I'm going to put Rajan. No, I don't think. Yes, because it's trade routes. Extra gold to each city city-state on trade routes. So looking at this, we'll just have a look and see what this equals. This will all filter itself out. I don't think my cities are genuinely that happy, but 417 science now. That's really good. We buy a couple of luxuries if they're on the market. Yep, like that. You can see we actually have 4 genuinely happy cities. Now, if we go professional sports, we'll be able to get aquatic center, stadiums, and estadio, which are the things that make all of my cities happy. Now that we are democratic, every city should be happy. That's what we need to be going for here. But in the meantime, let's just disintegrate the hopes and dreams of Quebec. I should be pillaging more. I really should be pillaging more. But at the same time, I'm just taking massive cities away from Canada here. This is huge populations. 29 population I just stole from those 2 cities totaled. Thank you so much. Oh yes, I mean, some of the farms are useless to me because they're tundra farms. But as long as Canada put them down, I don't think it should make too much of a difference. Vancouver 18 pop, yeah. Canada really put the population pressure down in this area. I'm almost kind of slightly gutted I'm not playing as Yongle in this game. That would be really funny. And suddenly, yeah, the trade routes are looking really good. I'm gonna start throwing a bunch of trade routes now into Sheshfield because I want this production to go to about 300. That will let me really race the space projects through. Yes, here we go. Research labs everywhere. Give me research. And 2-turn stock exchanges. That's cool. Yeah, I like that. My field cannons find your troops and they find them wanting. Look at that. Vancouver, undamaged, 18 population, and the walls are gone. oh yes, I really should slow down and do more pillaging, but this is just too much fun. I'm just running with this now. More aluminium for Clint. Yes, I've got about 6 coming in per turn now. We should have plenty for a huge, very exciting little bomber bash, like 3 science Alcazar. Lovely. It's always a little bit boring, but Royal Society is always good to go for if there's any chance of you going for a science victory. Being able to run builders into your cities and rush those space projects. Tasty. Some of these Canadian cities are ridiculous. Just a casual +4 campus there. Oh, thank you. Yes, I will grab that. Yes, that sounds amazing. Just a little bit of renaming as well. Matthew Wilkinson in the north in Ottawa, Tech Poet in Vancouver, and Dan Cave in Quebec City. Actually, these cities I've taken from Canada by far are my most populous. These are massive. Absolutely massive. Professional sports. I've actually got that on the same turn as I have advanced flight. Normally, I would use all of my gold to buy planes or stadiums. I can't afford to do both at the moment. But seeing as I'm focusing more on tech, and to be honest, dragging this war with Babylon out a little bit works really well because we need to be taking a city every 5 turns to get the production bonus. I think I'm going to manually build the bombers and use my gold to buy the happiness buildings, like for instance this aquarium. In retrospect, bam. And then finally after that, this aquatic center. Now the aquatic center is wonderful. It gives 3 amenities to all of these cities, which is all of my powerful ones. Don't forget all of these Babylonian cities when I take them over. Can't believe someone took Goddard. How annoying. However, we are now really racing through the awesome techs and civics, and I'm actually going to drop into nuclear program for science foundations today. We want to run as many engineers and scientists as possible, and getting 6 extra points for a completed campus or industrial zone is huge. So we'll run that for us really quickly. Now I'm going to go rocketry into satellites to get the projects, then into nanotech, and then we'll see how we go from there. Yeah, let's slow this conquest down just a little bit. I can afford to pillage. I can afford to take my time pillaging here. Oh wow, oil sells for a lot. Funny that, oil being a very valuable resource. I am a democracy after all. It makes me want to invade people for it. People normally like to vote me for -5 loyalty. I don't mind that. 20% faster pop growth. My cities aren't big enough. And let's ban neutralizing governors because it's the worst thing. Look at Yongle's city growth, by the way. I mean, I know that I'm flooding democracy routes into these cities, but this is one of the reasons I just love playing Yongle. Huge cities. That's 26 science, 26 culture, 52 gold. Just casual yields. Yongle is so much fun. I mean, my yields have now gone above Yongle's on all levels. That's quite satisfying. I like that. Another aquatic centers. Focusing on aquatic centers first because they've got a bigger range. Then we'll go for stadiums. Got a few more, and then I should have pretty much perfect get cover over my nation. I'm gaining almost 100 science per turn at the moment though, such as the amount of research lab buildings and campuses and all that sort of stuff that I'm putting down at the moment. It's huge, and I'm here for it. I am absolutely here for it. Space initiative, that's good. Just about to start picking up rocketry now. 500 gold for pillaging. Every single piece of pillaged gold becomes a stadium or an aquatic center. Yep, my entire swim program is based on the back of pillaged gold. I'm sure that's healthy for any good economy. Nuclear program, bit of rejigging on my government now. Raj is a small benefit. Public works I don't need anymore. So we're putting rationalism in and science foundations. In fact, not rationalism, invention. We're going to double up on our engineering points per turn. So now a workshop gives us 3, a factory gives us 3, and a power plant gives us 11 in total. Is that right? Maths. 11 engineering points per industrial zone. I think that's about right. No, actually, it would be 12 because of the actual building itself. Whatever it is, it's a large number. It's a large number and we're happy. Another aquatic center. Yay! We shall never stop building aquatic centers. Montreal, now taken. Halicarnassus. The repair job begins. I have built a tunnel now from my cities all the way through to these English cities that I've conquered. I'm connecting everything up via rail. It's going to look beautiful. Beautiful. Bomber time and rocketry. Oh wow, it's all at the same time. No, look! These poor little foxes have just been slammed by some meteors from space. Oh god. Oh no, it survived. Don't worry. It's okay. We're all fine. Build a stadium. And now a spaceport. 11 tons is expensive, but not so expensive that we can't do it. So this is fine. You can also see how many points we're generating now. No projects being run. 124 engineering points, 101 scientist points. This should mean that we get pretty much all of the scientists and engineers from this point of the game onwards. That makes me very happy. Plus, our first bomber. Maybe we can liberate Kabul. Maybe we can't. Is there any harm in continuing this war with Theodora? No alliances. No alliances indeed. Well, the Warlord's Throne would make this game a little bit quicker. She's not at war with my military ally. Oh no, hang on. Here we go. My military ally, Theodora, 151 Alright, fam. We can do without the +5 combat strength. Colonial war. I'm just going to keep pushing. Let's just keep taking cities. Nobody puts the Impress in the corner. I do. I put the Impress in the corner. So Theodora doesn't have steel walls yet, but she will very soon, I'm sure. Goodbye, Canada. You've been fully pillaged. Your greatest gift to me now is making the game run a little bit quicker. Welcome, I'm Daft. And we're now getting into Thessalonica. Everyone in. Everyone in. Sometimes when you're winning, you do things that make you win harder. Forbidden City is one of those, especially at this slightly later stage of the game. Another place to put things in my government. Amazing. Let's put rationalism in. I like it. 826 science per turn. Right, we just need to get containment. That's why I'm waiting on my envoys. We've got a little bit of envoy spending to do. Sure. If I can gather some money together, we can give ourselves an Estadio treat, which I'm thinking, should be able to do very soon, given how much stuff I've got to sell. Actually, let's just hold off using him for a turn, because I think Thessalonica has mausoleum. It does. Oh, well, if you can't get mausoleum fairly, you might as well steal it. That's what I say. And now we're about to make a bunch of national parks, basically generating endless era score, guaranteeing some golden ages. My bomber, I'm actually going to go and destroy these Babylonian cities. About time I rescue Torres del Paine for me. Come on, Thessalonica. You know you want to just give up and join the court of Ursa. It's too easy. It's just natural. Just a natural progression. Combustion, which gives me supply convoys. I need to learn to use supply convoys more. And candy. I'm going to refuse candy because I think we can liberate that. I had a couple of troops just lurking around. Let's bring you over to deal with this city. Yeah, a couple of cuirassiers. That should be plenty. That should be plenty of what we need. Oh, and Uxmal fell to me as well. Oh, nice. Casual little coastal city. It's beautiful. It's hot. Adam Smith as well. It's funny. No matter what I do with Shish Fields, Unimatrix Zero's production is just better. It just is. It's crazy how good it is. Might start throwing my new trade routes into that city. Get the twin spaceports running. Although there is some stuff that we can do in Sheshfield, which makes it really, really cool. Such as, once we take Thessalonica, I keep almost forgetting. 1, 2, 3, take the city like so. There's Mausoleum taken. Shah now has 2 charges. Stadio is now finished next turn. Lovely. Here it is, a Stadio. This gives every city in my empire, which is over 60 of them, 2 immunities, which is basically 10% of every single yield and 6 culture. Watch this. 40 content cities. Once we just rejiggle this by buying in a luxury, we go from 40 content cities to 40 happy cities, and we're now up to 969 science. Yeah, we're gaining so much. Containment. Okay, invention, you're going to just drop out of the government temporarily because I have 7 envoys. As long as I am a different government to the person in charge of a city-state, I get double envoys. Monarchy, democracy. So Yongle, I can't. Theocracy, monarchy, merchant republic, monarchy, monarchy, monarchy. So as long as Yongle is not the one in charge, we get double envoys. So 1 envoy into Brussels, and we should steal that back. Lovely stuff. 2 into Anshan. This actually boosts all my research labs as well. I put 2 into Fez again to get the research lab bonus. 1 into Granada, and then I'll save the last. Just for now. We'll see how this goes. Nobel. 103 great people points as well as advanced ballistics. Yes, the Nobel Peace Prize. Ballistics. I guess that's one way of keeping peace. More raid requests come and go. This was the game to take diplomatic victory. I tell you what. Never mind. There'll be another one. +5 campuses. It's way too late in the game to really be that excited about campuses right now, but every time you see them, you do still go, ooh, it's Constantinople. Hey, we found it. And Casa. I would quite like Casa in my empire, I tell you. So let's just make a little landing in all of these cities. Oh, amazing. Everyone looks very happy. The first of the Babylonian cities falls to me. I think these deserve to be in my empire. And, oh yeah, loyalty. They're all collapsing under loyalty pressure now. That just means they wanted to be part of my empire. Integrated space cell. Actually, stop that. I've got containment in my government still. 4 envoys burning a hole in my pocket. 1, 2, 3, 4 into Chingeti. That puts 9 envoys in the city-state. I'd love all of the faith from my trade routes when that pops along. Right, now I can get integrated space cell. We're going to take out raiding. I'm not really getting any decent yields from it at the moment. Invention goes back in my government for now. But that'll come out pretty soon because we're almost at social media and collective activism. That's one of my favorite cards in the game. Oh dear, Lord Rich has been burning down and I just noticed. Oh dear, I'm sure it's fine. The population will regrow so quickly, probably. We never did find Kilwa, by the way. A mystery. I'd say the Turkish cannons knocked down the walls of Constantinople, but I'm not Turkish. I'm Chinese. Still, Constantinople falls. It's a delicious, delicious city. And quickly, our units now advance onto Adrianople. Social media means you start convert your city-states into just pure culture, which we're absolutely going to do now. That's 1,200 science and 1,400 culture. Remember I said by turn 200 I wanted about 2,000 science. It's going to be close. I don't know if we're going to quite get to that because I might not get to globalization in time. Still, we're trying. But there's the 3rd project, and I'm just now going to rush here for the booster and see if we uncover the 4th project whilst we're at it. Alright, we got 330 production in this city. Let's see how quickly we can do. Okay, 2 turns on Earth satellites. I can wait that long. That's fine. Either make some more bombers whilst I'm waiting. And Einstein, 4 science on research labs. From experience, he never boosts anything as much as I would want him to. 1,300 science per turn now. Okay, it's getting better. It's getting better. My favorite point of the game, when people will refuse to renew friendships with you. Lovely. All right, well, we'll see how many of my allies come back to me. Yak's chillin'. Oh my goodness, the meme city. We got the meme city, everyone. Game 1. Adrianople now falls as well. Keep pushing. Keep pushing. As well as Kaka. Everyone will join me eventually, except Candy. Candy is going to be liberated because I want another city-state ally because it gives me more culture. Globalization. Well, I don't have any allies in at the moment, so Visselbank is not giving me anything. International Space Agency will do. This is turn 200. I wanted to get to 2,000 science. How good are we? 1,780. Okay, we got within 10%. I'll forgive myself. I think that's pretty good. There we go. As soon as I get rid of Visselbanken. How is that always the way? It's always the way. Turn 201. Earth satellite is up. And we have discovered that Korea is sandwiched in but has a couple of cities below the desert. I like the fact that no one bothered with this desert. Clearly the aluminium and the oil wasn't enough. Macedon has a genuinely huge empire. Pretty impressed with them. Yongle really doing quite well as well. Although I do note Mohenjo-Daro. Don't think that's one of yours, but fine. Byzantium would have looked really cool. This sort of island city city up until the point where, you know, we took over. 5-turn moon landing, hang on. Research Alliance goes back in with Yongle, which means we can put Visselbanken back in, up to 4 turns now. I think we can probably shrink that down a little bit if we keep pushing. I must say, this is one of my favorite late game things to do. Chinguetti, 1, 2, 3. This is now mine. Watch my faith. 500 goes to 1,200 per turn. Why is that? Well, all of my trade routes are going from massive cities. Each route now has 20 faith, 16 faith, 16 faith, 16 faith. It's one of the best city-states. It is honestly one of the best city-states. That means we're pretty much going to be able to buy any great person we want now. I'm going to get rid of liberalism in favor of e-commerce, just for that final little burst of production. And there we go. Yep, I calculated it right. Every one of my important cities are still super happy. And even though it's late game, I'm still after all of these delicious boosts. There's one drone, and there's a second for the lasers boost. I'm not planning on particularly using it, but there's also a rock band for distributed sovereignty. And another city falls. Keep conquering, never stop. Digital democracy. It's like democracy, but on computers. Why did I pick that government? Quite simply, makes me very, very happy. There goes the moon landing. That should take us all the way to Future Civic. Bam! Mars colony, 4 turns. Oh, imagine if we had Goddard. Now that would be a lot quicker. Industrial era ends in 9 turns. We're still in the industrial era. This game has flown by. Absolutely ridiculous speed. 500 scientist points per turn, 234 engineering points. I would say we have an ever so slight advantage on this sort of stuff. I think it's going well. It's not even a big event when I take a city over from Byzantium now. It's just a thing, just rolling through. I like it when I have so many cities that I can't actually see what my science overflow is because the it physically goes off the screen. 63 cities, 578 population, lovely. No project yet, so we've actually got to do just a little diversion and pick up this tech, and that'll decide where it is. But we're 1 turning every science at the moment, so it should be fine. In fact, we can actually boost even further by dropping... I've actually got a load of rainforest for once. I'm amazed with myself. Normally I've chopped all of that down. Normally it's awful. This corner of the map, though, has been conquered and reclaimed. It's mine. Always has been. Yongle, by the way, is putting satellites into space, but I've actually overtaken, so I'm not even worried. This is where Roman Holiday really solves problems with the AI, though. Look, satellites and nanotech have both been researched, and I imagine Yongle is now going for smart materials, so the AI doesn't get caught up in the science victory. That alone makes this mod well worth using. I mean, I honestly think that Roman Holiday's work is up there with the best of the modders in the game, but honestly, that alone is well worth it. We're off to Mars, and we're 1 turn away, I think, from being able to get the 4th project. Yep, there it is, smart materials, done. Onwards. The world is flooding really badly as well. I don't want it to flood. I'm making a few of my big cities carbon recapture now. This should just halt it. This should make sure that the game just doesn't go over. Smart materials. Excellent. It's 4 turns. I could get Korolev to rush it, but I think we're just going to work on it ourselves. Also, we now have 436 production in this city. 436. Oh, don't mind if I do. Oh, I'm picking up Nan Madol, not because I need it, but because I think it'll be funny watching my culture number spike. You ready? 2,200? 2,600. Oh yeah, that's fun. That's just a bit of fun. Well, that's what you like to see. Look at that, Yongle is doing the moon landing. It's going to take him 18 turns. Oh, you picked the wrong city to do that in. Oh, we have plenty of time. Plenty of time to win. I was going to give Kabul back, and then I decided, no, Patala Palace is in it. I like Patala Palace. I think I'm going to keep that one. That one's mine. An allied friend reports that China is seeking a domination victory. I really wish that gossip was about me. I would respect the AI so much if that was about me. Ooh, my wall just got fried by a volcano. Oh no. There's off-world mission. We're on civic and tech spam now. Exoplanet expedition has gone, which means we're now on to boost projects on turn 212. I really should learn to optimize this at some point. I just get onto such autopilot mode when I get to this point of the game. Just like, yeah, build it, why not? 3,000 science per turn though, pretty cool. Oh, you know, I was complaining that no one was going for the resources in the middle of the desert. Korea has finally gone for them. There you go, look, they're doing something. Modern era. I mean, I'm leaving the solar system. Does that not count as modern era? reform the coinage, otherwise all my traders are going to get pillaged by Babylon. It's quality of life more than anything else. Well, Japan has just gone to space. They've got an Earth satellite out. Yongle is still 7 turns away from its moon landing, but on turn 220, steaming at 14 light years per turn, actually that's going to roll over to 16 at the end of this turn, we have the science victory. Now a quick word on the Roman holiday AI mod. I honestly think it's one of the best pieces of modding out there. Well worth a go, just for the sole reason that the AI actually really knows how to focus on victory conditions. I would recommend having a go. This was version 3, we will whip out version 4 next time. Well worth a go. AI is so much better, but with this game, AI on deity didn't really stand a chance because we won on turn 220. Pretty quick. Huge score. Buildings constructed, a lot. Cities captured, a lot. Cities founded. We didn't even found the most, and that is actually one of the main reasons why this mod is so good. Look at that, Macedon out-settled me. How? How, you may ask yourself? It's really good. The AI actually makes use of the map quickly. Districts, very good. Combats, that wasn't me becoming a war criminal. No, actually it was Kema for a long time. They were the war criminal. Culture, I took the lead, probably about turn 175. Feedback from Roman Holiday, yep, Yongle plays as well as you think they will. Faith, it was Theodora, makes sense. Gold, way! Science, again, Yongle playing very well. I took the lead again about turn 175. Just goes to show how much the game accelerates at the end. Score, I have the score lead at turn 120. Often that happens when you conquer. No city was destroyed in this game at all. Love that. Religions founded. Hey, look, if you're going to leave a religion for me at the end of the game, I'll take it. Units killed, a lot. Units lost. Oh, appalling. I lost 3 units all game. Dear oh dear. Terrible. And wonders constructed, a lot. Well, 6. Not really a lot. But once again, this just shows you the power of steamrolling, getting to 39 trade routes, and then piling them into cities. I had one city on 469 production, the second city on 326. These two were pumping out a project every turn. If I'd really wanted to optimize this, I probably could have won about turn 215. All I would have had to have done is use one of my 12 governor titles and 25,000 spare faith and 16,000 golds to either put Moksha or Raina down, pray in a couple of spaceports near woods, chop them out. I would have easily taken 5 turns off the victory. I didn't do that. I also could have dumped science foundations into my government way before I did, and we could have already gone on to information era scientists like Stephanie. Like you can see right now we're doing this sort of thing. This is the crazy faith we've got. We just get Sagan in immediately, and then there's Stephanie. All we needed was that, and then any city in the game could have got me extra space projects. I could have also attacked and conquered Yongle for the spaceport. That would have sped things up as well. Japan had a bunch of spaceports. We could have stolen these as well. Sometimes, once you know you've won, you just like to press end turn. That was an absolute joy. 68 cities. I still think Unifier Jin is absolutely a joke sieve, but Dynastic Cycle remains one of the best abilities in the game. Seriously, if you're optimized, it gives you as much as 20% extra science. It's amazing. And the Great Wall, low key, this thing can just power you through the early game. Very powerful indeed. As ever, if you enjoyed this series and you like to see the longer form series instead of YouTube shorts, you could like the video, subscribe to the channel, all that algorithm boosting stuff. That would make an amazing difference. Thank you again to all the channel supporters for all of your wonderful support on Ko-fi and Patreon. And until next time, I shall see you later. Goodbye! And finally, a very special shout out goes to Glorious Petra, Matthew Wilkinson, Paul Coffey, Portland, Clint Hennis, The Nickerman, Daddy Bear Todd, Toon General, Civilized, Lovis, Scott Stratton, Major King Kong, Skeptical Bear, Cinnamon Beard, Radiatore, Private Selection, Genoa Salami, Callum Billy, Garrett Gowan, Polar Beret, El Truant, Creston, RB Hedged, Mushkin Mandletort, Burial, I'm Daft, Gooberman, Dr. Bobby, Mixomatosis, NTG Golfman, Indigenous 68, Technology Poet, Teddy's Ursa, Zaf, Barnaby Rex, Charlie Bears, Flying Dutch Burbs, Nate the Great, Alex Frost, Mean Penguin, Interplanet Janet, Frankincense Battlezord, Bookaluke 79, Bob Loblaw, Davalex, Geography Teacher, Juvara, Hal Carnassus, Morax, Sinikush, Kapayobi Virani, Echo Bear, Deja Fu, Kovuwu, Legally Trash. Thank you everyone for your support. See you all in the next video. Goodbye!